KWT slaying.
Salama family, salama, how y'all doing today? Hope you're blessed and highly favored. So in today's world, we have the woke and those who are still asleep and those who think they're woke but still asleep. And many people within society, whether they go by the idea or identification of Israelite, Christian, what other terminology or religion or belief system or whatever, they all in a certain state of awareness, half wake, half sleep. And so today what we have is a bunch of people who are manipulated. And right now we are in what we call the early, well, not even the early stages, but the dawn of the new world order. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Remember that song? This is where we're at. And the way they achieve this is through Ordo Ab Chao, which is order out of chaos. And it's happening all around, right? We have the fires all over the place, right? We have the deletion of people all over the place. We have what happened over the last 3 years, right? What happened over the last 3 years, if the majority of the people didn't fall for it, we wouldn't be where we're at today. And we're at the threshold of their system. Now, you are manipulated. I am manipulated. We're all manipulated to some level. And some people are manipulated more than others. Now, I don't understand it sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, is it a lack of education? Or is it just spiritual discernment? Or maybe it's all of the above. Example being the whole thing with the whole hand thing, the hand signs, the accusation of people being Freemasons. People don't want me to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. Because the reason being is this. Some of us see the unfairness of it all. But then we get accused of aiding and abetting Freemasonry because we say, look, you're wrong. This is called manipulation. See, if I take videos of you, I can make it say anything. I can take any clip I want from any video and put it in the context that I want to create and create an enemy that's not there. And a lot of people are so caught up in man worship and so caught up in following identities and people and so caught up in following channels that they lost the ability to reason for themselves. So some people, they'll take clips out of context and they'll compare them to other clips and say, see, this is them using hand signs. Oh, look at the hat he's wearing. Oh, he's a Freemason. But what's really happening is that you're being manipulated. You're being nudged into a certain thinking pattern or behavior. So now when you watch channels and you watch TV and you watch all these things, everybody's a Freemason because everybody has hand signs. See, I told you, I don't understand if it's a educational issue or just the fact that some people are lost in darkness. I mean, because some people have a bad habit, or let me rephrase that, they don't have the ability to reason well. Oh, he put his finger in his nose and took a booger out. He must be a Freemason. I'm just saying, this is how it is. So what ends up happening, you're being nudged to look at everybody who is an Israelite and who may not be an Israelite, who may move their hands in a certain way. They're Freemasons. They're gatekeepers. And what does this end up doing? This ends up creating a polarity. This is how they manipulate us. So I'm going to have you go after brother A, you go after brother B, you go after brother C, and I'm going to go after brother D. Why? Because we've been manipulated now to look at anybody who has hand signs as being a Freemason. Although there's no other evidence. See, this is how you know it's the enemy who's behind this, right? Because there's no 2 or 3 witnesses. There's no other confirming information other than what they say in the videos and the clips that they take out of context. But I'm telling you, this is how the world is manipulated. And we're going to talk about that a little bit on the order out of chaos, because right now what's happening in the Israelite community is they're trying to create chaos. You're a gatekeeper because you say, you know what, you're wrong. You shouldn't do that. You're a gatekeeper because, you know what, the fact that they were making hand signs, you should agree with me because I say that they're Freemasons. You're a gatekeeper, you're a Freemason because all you Freemasons look out for one another and you protect each other. So therefore, you must be a Freemason because you don't agree with me. I'm just saying, the enemy is busy, and some people can't recognize the hand of the enemy. Some people can't recognize the hands of the enemy. The Bible says that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Yea, had God said that you shouldn't eat of every tree of the garden? Oh, is so-and-so hands really those of a Freemason? They look like the hands of a Freemason. See how he pull them together? See the Freemasonic sign? Didn't you see the Freemason over here on the left make the same sign? Ooh, that must be a Freemason. Oh, look how they're blocking for each other and protecting each other, because you know what? They protect each other. They're gatekeepers. They're watching to make sure that you don't destroy the building of the Freemasons that they built up. Oh, Jacoba and tell you must be Freemasons because they say you're wrong. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have called your brother and sisters out for hand signs. Jacob and them says you're wrong for calling your brothers and sisters. Well, you know, maybe certain people aren't our brothers and sisters, and maybe that's why they're attacking people. But I'm not doing this to go over the Freemason thing. I'm doing this to illustrate what's happening. What's happening is the creation of chaos. The creation of chaos everywhere, and the manipulation of the mind and the manipulation of the masses, and the average let me say it this way again, because you know, sometimes I gotta watch what I say. Hold on one second. Now come on, help desk. You know I'm gonna get on you, right? Don't start crying when I get on you. Please stop defending Masons. TCA was not wrong. Yes, TCA is wrong. TCA is very wrong. And you out your cotton picking stupid mind if you don't think he is. You're going to accuse people of being Freemasons because of some hand signs. If you look at some of these images and if you watch the whole video, you will realize that some of these people just inadvertently doing hand signs. But you allow people like TCA to come in there and throw accusations at people for nothing. You are stupider than stupid if you do not believe that people use hands in America to communicate. You are stupider than stupid if you believe that TCA is doing the right thing. If you believe that he is not throwing accusations, ad hominem attacks at his own people, he's supposed to be our people, you are stupider than stupid. You shouldn't have said nothing, help desk. You wanted it. You asked for it. I'm going to give it to you. You're being manipulated. And as I said, some of you all have mental capacity issues. Some of you have the lack of ability to reason well. Some of you are so easily manipulated. This is the reason why we're in the New World Order right now. Some of you are so freaking stupid that you judge and jump on your own people for something less than a hand sign. Where's the evidence? Where's the other evidence? Where's the rest of the proof? I wasn't going here. But you're stupider than stupid if you believe that that's enough to convict. Now see where y'all brought me. You see where you brought me. Why am I so upset? Oh, you see why Jacoba's upset? Because he's a gatekeeper. You gonna let them help desk accuse Jacoba and tell you of being Freemasons? Because they're accusing us of being gatekeepers for Freemasonry. You're gonna allow that? You think there's enough evidence to show that Jacoba and tell you are Freemasons or gatekeepers for Freemasonry? Really? What's wrong with some of y'all? The reason I'm a little disturbed is because I'm watching everyone being manipulated. And some of you all are so simple that you don't realize when you're being manipulated. You take a few images out of context, and then you talk about Freemasonry and its infiltration within society. And though it may be true that Freemasonry has infiltrated much of society, it is not necessarily true that the people who was accused of being Freemasons are Freemasons. 1 + 4 don't equal 3. But some of y'all just so freaking stupid. You're stupid. And you're so easily manipulated. And when people try to warn you, what do? You hold your ground. You're 10 toes down because everybody's a Freemason. You know what's really happening? You know why you ain't see me make a hand sign help desk? Because you don't see me. I could still be a Freemason, but you don't see me making hand signs because you don't see me. This is why y'all don't see me, because some of y'all are stupid. Oh, Jacoba, you being mean. No, you know what's happening? We're being divided. Remember when we all came together and we all were researching and finding out who we are and doing our research? We'll pull up history. Dante will pull up history. Benyar pull up history. And everybody is like doing our research, and we come together as a family. And even though we may not agree on everything, everybody was like, yeah, we Israel, all right. Then all of a sudden, the witch trials. All of a sudden, everybody's a witch. All of a sudden, everybody's a Freemason. Do you not see how you're being manipulated? You're being nudged. This, look, the reason why I'm upset, not because of the hand sign stuff. The reason why I'm upset, and I'm going to get to where I was supposed to get. The reason why I'm upset is because we're screwed. And the reason why we're screwed is because many of y'all don't believe the scriptures, and many of y'all so easily manipulated by the elite that it boggles the mind. If they could get you to turn on your brothers and sisters so easy, what hope is there? The Most High has to step in right now, because guess what? We're not going to be delivered by our own hand. You know that for a fact. We can't get along for jack. If somebody can turn you against your brothers and sisters so easily off of a hand sign, what hope is there? It's sort of like what's happening on the continent of Africa. Some of the brothers are fighting against the colonizer, but then you got the raccoons out there who going along with the colonizer and asking help for the colonizer and from the Europeans to overthrow their brothers who trying to get free. So you know what's going to happen, right? It was already happening. They're terrorists. They're overthrowing the democracy of Niger. No, they're trying to help their people. They're trying to help the continent. They're trying to set Africa free. But guess what? Now you got Negroes, ECOWAS, who talking about wanting to kill their own people. Literally, it's their own people. It's their family. It's their cousin right across the borders, them imaginary borders that was created by the elite. They got Negroes like y'all want to stop the ones who want to free everybody. Now y'all got people like TCA who doing clips here, clips there, bad associations, urban apologist type movements to turn you against your own brothers and sisters until they give you a real, true reason to cut them off and accuse them of something. You can't do it off of no hand signs. If it's that easy to turn us against each other, what hope is there? If you're going to turn against your mama and daddy that easy, and I'm not saying your mama and daddy, but I'm just saying you're so easily manipulated. If they could turn you against your mom and daddy so easy, what hope is there? How can we ever come together to stop these people? If all it takes is some clips of some hand signs for you to go against your own family, what hope is there? Now, I don't mind him attacking Berean. He could attack Berean all day. I don't give a flip. I don't consider Berean a brother anyway, personally. He's a devil. But Yacoba, he's lying on Berean too. He might be, but that ain't my business. But let me get where I was going. See, Help Desk, you didn't got me off track.
So I'll just show you very briefly, short history. It's not that governments have never done this before. In fact, you guys have been nudged. You're nudged all the time. A very simple, everyday example of it is white lines in the road. This is one of the earliest white lines in the road put in Dead Man's Corner in the US in 1919. Someone had a great idea. These cars kept shooting around the corner and hitting each other. Well, how about putting this line in the middle of the road with a big arrow? You can say, go on this side, not the other. We started to do this ourselves in the UK in the early 1920s, starting in Manny Corner outside Birmingham. Turns out it's really effective. In fact, when you and I learned to drive, the highway code was advisory. It's a really good idea. Go on this side of the road rather than the other. And a lot of it still is. If you read it, some things it says you must, and some things it says you should, because it's not necessarily in law. Now, you could be done for dangerous driving, but if you can see, basically, it's full of nudges. Cat's eyes, lines on the road, they're sort of giving you a clue about what you're supposed to do, and they work pretty well. So the most basic thing is these very simple nuts and bolts changes, which turn out to be very consequential, and I'll just show you a few of them. Using a very simple framework, we sometimes use EAST. If you want to affect behavior, make something easy, attractive, social, timely. I'll just give you a very simple example on the first, which illustrates it, because people think, well, maybe it would affect whether I pay my tax on time or something, but just changing a tax letter, adding one line saying 9 out of 10 people pay their tax on time, does this. Say most people in your area pay their tax on time, goes up a bit more. If we say, you are one of the few people who've yet to pay your tax on time, madam, even better. And if we say, most people in your area pay their tax on time, and you're one of the few yet to do so, they're up there. This is for one line on a letter. You can get a difference like this in terms of repayment rate. It can be playful. Here's one from Australia, actually, which is just get people to take the stairs more in Southern Cross Station. They just put a big picture on it. Led to a more than 100% increase in the number of people taking the stairs. They kept it there for a month. There is a really sad end to the story, actually. It's so effective. It was then bought as an advertising space for a large drinks manufacturer. Anyway, here's one which my colleague on the political side, Steve Hilton, also used to love, which is, it's not just these things are effective, they have a different character to them sometimes. So this is some work we did in job centers, getting people to turn up. And we noticed that quite often, someone we booked in, we know that we send them a text to say, you've been booked a place for this job interview at Tesco's or whatever, the weekend, it's job fair. Only 1 in 10 people turn up. If we add a name, so it says Matthew, you've been booked a place, it's on the same text. If I add my name, so it's Matthew, you've been booked a place, David, this is how many turn up. And if we add one more line, which is to say, Matthew, I've booked you a place, good luck, David, 27% turn up. So it's not just that, of course, it's more effective, but think about how do you feel receiving that text? And how do you feel when you walk into the interview, feeling that actually someone has done this for you? Because good lab evidence suggests you're more likely to get the job in essence. So one, future for is this nudge stuff? Is it, this is UCL, but of course, Orwell, is it, Ministry of Information, 1984, very scary? Well, it could be, or we could use it well. And it's rather important, I think, myself, that we involve the public. And the last thing I think for us is, do you move from these nuts and bolts issues, for many governments now using these things, is what about the really big challenges that face a society? Almost always they involve human behavior and so on.
All right, so this is the idea of nudging. And this is behavioral sciences. And this is how they, manipulate you to do certain things. So as he was saying in the beginning, they had people driving on the road and they all were on the wrong side. So, they started putting lines in the middle of the roads with arrows, and things got a lot better. So by putting the lines in the road and putting the arrows and stuff like that, they were nudged into obeying. This is how easy it is to manipulate behavior. Now, this is what's happening, in my opinion, with the Freemasonry thing. You're being nudged.
Proven approach of observing behavior, we developed nudge. Through better understanding of human behavior in both its rational and irrational dimensions, it becomes possible to take more effective action to modify behavior as we wish. The idea of nudge was developed by Professor Cass Sunstein and Richard Taylor in 2008 in their book entitled Nudge. Nudge is a system of gentle encouragements based on advanced knowledge of the decision-making process. The benefits of nudge? Remarkable power to change behaviors through cost-effective actions. Examples? How can we encourage households to reduce their energy consumption? Simply by amending a letter informing them about their energy use, adding a comparison with their neighbor's energy use. If your energy use is lower, you are congratulated. It's great! With 2 smiley. If this is not the case, you are sent hints and tips to easily improve. By using social norm drivers, the O-Power team has saved some $250 million, and all without spending a dollar. So nudge can be used to save the planet.
So nudge can be used to save the planet. Well, what else can nudge be used for? Nudge can be used to manipulate society to do whatever the government wants them to do. Nudge can be used to cause division and hatred. Nudge can be used to cause civil war. Nudge can be used to hinder the awakening of the Hebrew Israelites. How do I do that? I can create photos and images of people doing hand signs, even though there's no proof that they're connected to Freemasonry at all. It nudge you into going against the awakening. And now you have caused division within society, within the Israelite community, so that we cannot unite against the coming global world order. See, the idea was they saw these Negroes waking up. They saw these Negroes uniting as African Israelites. They saw that these Negroes say we're the chosen. They saw that they're not going to listen to anyone but Yahuwah. So how do we disrupt this thing? How do we, get these awakened Israelites back in line to be obedient sheep? Well, we can't do nothing until we cause division first, just like we did on the continent. We can't do nothing until we nudge them into another direction. How do we do that? Why don't we accuse everybody of being Freemasons? Why don't we encourage them to read the Book of Mormon? You're being nudged. You're being manipulated. And I don't understand how some of y'all can't see it, because it's not even very good. It's not even very good. Oh, look at the hand signs. They must be Freemasons, because Freemasons makes those hand signs. Well, you know what? Yakoba says today is Tuesday. Ooh, y'all see Yakoba didn't use the Greek word Tuesday. And don't you know that Tuesday is really the name of Thor? And so because Yakoba said it's Tuesday, he must worship Thor. This is the same level of what y'all dealing with the Freemason hand signs. I ain't gonna lie, it's the same thing. It's the same unreasonableness, stupidest stuff. Stupid stuff. But we're being nudged, we're being manipulated, we're being controlled like a herd of sheep led over a cliff. And now these systems are being put in place to control you and me and our children. The systems are being put in place through Ordo Ab Chao, order out of chaos. Now I'm going to show you something, and I need y'all to pay attention to it. And tell me what's wrong with this picture.
Let's take a look at California.
It's spring, I gotta go full east.
Yeah.
How did they even get that?
Yeah, hey.
my god. Wow. Oh my god, the store is empty.
If you have not been following what's going on in LA, every store is getting robbed. Every single one. Look at this. 30 to 50 people? My thing is, who is organizing this? 30 to 50 people going in at one time? Where's the group chat? What app are you guys on? 30 to 50 people pulling up to rob stores. That is not a coincidence. Everybody wearing black. Everybody's in sync. Everybody is working together. They had a strategic plan to rob these stores. This is just one. If you could check the internet right now, all these stores are getting robbed in LA. Louis Vuitton, just everywhere. They're getting hit. But the thing is, people who are robbing them, they're growing in volume. What the hell can you possibly do when this 30 to 50, 70, 60 people?
So 30 to 40, 50 people going into a store to rob it. And think about the coordination of that. To get all those people to come at the same time, the government not know about it, but let's finish looking at this. We're gonna come back and discuss this a bit.
Let's take a look at California, part 2.
Oh my god. Can someone talk?
So if you notice, cameras are in the right place and it's very clear and close-ups, and you had a bunch of them coming out of a store and a guy outside at the park bench or whatever it was and filming it, steady camera, everything, very clear photo. But when someone's robbing a bank or something, you don't get that kind of clear photo. You don't get those close-ups. Once again, you're being nudged. And how are you being nudged? Well, the normal psychological process is going to be, look at these Negroes. These Negroes ain't nothing but thieves. We know all black folks are thieves, especially the young. Now we have to change the system because of these Negroes. Now we have to put in more controls for your safety. Because things cost so much, because we then caused the system to crash and we caused the dollar to devalue, everything costs more. So you want a hamburger, it's going to be in a secure environment. You want to go get a cup of coffee, you got to get it from a secure environment. You want a Coca-Cola, it has to be from a secure environment because these Negroes ain't got no money. They can't afford nothing. They're criminals because they done nudged you to believe that all the young black folks ain't nothing but a bunch of thieves and criminals. And so now we got to put in the new system, order out of chaos. Let me give you another example. All these Negroes are Freemasons now, the Divine Nine. You see how it works? Once you start with one, it goes to everybody. Once you accuse one, all Negroes at fault. Now everybody has to suffer because they say so, because it's so bad. But normally we couldn't put in this despotic system of control unless we made it where it was out of control. We could not put in this despotic system of control unless we made it where it's uncontrollable. So how do you get 50 to 60 to 70 people to all bust into a store at the same time to coordinate all of this? No rumors get out. No secrets get out to the police. They have no idea that these brothers are going to be hitting these stores, and everybody waiting there with their cameras to film, and the police don't show up. Yes, it's staged. But the unintellectual, the stupider than stupid people are going to say all black folks are thieves, especially all of the young ones. That's how their mind work, because they're being nudged. Just like they say all the people who are on film doing hand signs are all Freemasons, because they're being nudged to think that way. Why? Because you're not going to trust nobody, because black folks ain't nothing but thieves and ain't nothing but Freemasons, and they're not to be trusted, aka division. See, I told y'all, sometimes I'll be sitting here, I'll be watching this stuff. I say, how do y'all not see this? How do you not see this is a lie? How do you not see they're not manipulating you? How are you so freaking dumb to fall for the propaganda? Same thing that would happen 3 years ago. If you don't do this, if you don't eat your lollipop, you're going against society. You're making other people not feel well. A world nudging campaign, behavioral science, manipulation. Maybe for me it's obvious, but for some of y'all, I say, what's wrong with you? How do you not see this? How do you not see that the misassociation of hand signs in a video to some other video of Freemasons who may have inadvertently or advertently did a hand sign does not mean the two are equal. Nudging. Some of y'all are easily nudged. Y'all wonder why Negroes can't do nothing? Because we're easily nudged. You know why we can't do business together? Because we're easily nudged. Some of these things that happen in our society, our world, sort of like, you know, the people who are investing in this real estate fund, y'all know about it. Go listen to certain people on the channels who are investing in certain properties, and then this guy, you know, he looks pretty decent, but you know, apparently he had a corrupted past. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And so apparently all the money that he got from the investors and all that stuff, he bought his own house and all that stuff. And the people that lost millions of dollars. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So you got this going on. And what does that create? That creates more division. You are nudged once again not to do business with Negroes, because Negroes ain't gonna do nothing but steal your money. Y'all keep being played. Y'all keep playing, falling for the same stuff. This is why we can never unite, because all somebody got to do is point a finger or do something wrong, and y'all gonna believe it affects all of the black folks, all of Israel, all of the Negroes. You can't trust Negroes. You can't do business with Negroes, so Negroes don't unite for nothing and can't come together to overthrow the establishment, whatever establishment that is. I had one Negro contact me. I'm Prince Abadu Boo Boo Boo. I'm from Uganda. Here's my history. So I tell him, I say, what you want? You want some money? I said, because we ain't got no money here in America. Then he come and say, why you talk like that? Why you act like that? You know, I'm a nigger too. I grew up in Brooklyn or wherever it was he grew up in. He said, you ain't the only one, a Negro, Jacob, but I'm a Negro too. Don't talk to me like that. Now, I wouldn't do business with the brother anyway. I don't fall for them African cons. I'm not that easy mark. But, you know, you got people like that who come in and stuff. You let them in and then you do business with them. And then you know, because of that one Negro come in there and mess things up and think he could talk to anybody any old kind of way. Now, I'm not the one. Y'all know that. But you cause division again. We are so easily manipulated. And then the ones who are looking out for your best interest, most people don't support. The ones who trying to help the community, very few people support. All you got to do is say they do hand signs and that's it. Ain't nobody supporting them no more. You got years of work, years of research and videos and teachings and stuff from these people. They were cool in the beginning, but now they're Freemason because somebody said they saw some hand sign. Negroes are easily manipulated. This is why we need the Most High. Only he can put back together what's been destroyed. We've been destroyed as a people, I told you. And when I tell you you're being played, you don't listen. When I tell you TCA lying to you and misrepresenting people, you don't believe it. He called everybody who disagree with him gatekeepers. And y'all believe it. What are we protecting? What are we gatekeeping? Hand signs? You're being nudged.
Breaking into a smoke shop in Highland Park, getting away with thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
The shop owner and police are hoping someone will recognize the criminals from the surveillance images and the vehicle they used to get away. Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell has those details.
The alarm went off around 4:30 this morning. Security cameras capturing 4 burglars breaking into a smoke shop in Highland Park.
The door was broken, the glass was broken, they cut the lock, they straight went to the storage room.
The suspects were all wearing dark-colored hoodies and face masks. Another camera shows one of them in the storage room, taking cash from a drawer and stuffing it into his pockets.
Hey, back here.
He's joined by other suspects. They grab merchandise and toss it into plastic bags.
They took cash, they took full cartons of cigarettes, yes, different kind. Took some other stuff also from the storage room.
Let's go. Get out.
They run back to the door and escape, seen jumping into a silver Infiniti sedan before taking off. The LAPD is investigating the break-in. The shop on North Figueroa opened 2 years ago. The owner is frustrated that the criminals targeted a small family-owned business. She's hoping someone will recognize the suspect seen on video and turn them in.
Now, notice those were not Negroes. That wasn't no brothers now. But they're going to make us the face of everything. Now, what is really happening? What is really going on? Because as I stated in the beginning, we're all being nudged, right? The need for security, the need for protection, the need for biometric identification, authorization, whether or not you should be shopping here or you're allowed to. If you ever saw Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes, give me a 1. If you haven't, give me a 2. Y'all remember in Demolition Man, they got ticketed for cussing. Oh, that's coming. You're going to get ticketed for cussing. You're going to get ticketed for doing things and saying things that you're not allowed by the state to say. What about freedom of speech? That's gone. You should know that already. But also, if you notice in Demolition Man, there were two societies. Those who were at the top, who had the mark of the beast, the chip implant, and they don't have sex no more. It's all mental imagery because they don't want them to reproduce unless you go to the baby bank. That's where they're going. But you had this other society that lived underground. The ones who did not want to participate with the utopia on the surface. For the few that make it past the, let me try to phrase this the right way. For the few that makes it past the purging events, notice I say events, plural. For the few who make it past the purging events, and there's another one coming, and you're going to be locked down again. But for the few that make it past the purging events, you're going to have them that's going to be part of the top world and those who are part of the underworld. Those who are part of the society in the sun and this utopia of new technology and 15-minute cities, and they're going to have their chip implant and they're going to have their lollipops every month. And those who refuse to get their chips and their tattoos and their lollipops are going to live underground. But in order for us to get to this stage, we have to create chaos. We can't impose it top down, so you have to implement the dictatorship bottom up. But we're putting the pieces in place so that you will be ready for your new system and participate in the new system where everyone is tracked, everyone is monitored, everyone is chipped to the point that they want to, create a new breed of man, a transhuman man who is part of the collective, part of the AI network, who has no free will. But you must do it yourself. You must acquiesce. But before we get to the utopia, the order that they have for us, there must be chaos. I can't take it no more. I can't go down to the store anymore and get me a hamburger. I can't go down and get my Coke. Oh, I can't take vacations no more because of all of this. Everything's too expensive. I wish everything get back to normal again. Did y'all see the video on redirecting with the Boreanim, the ones they accuse of being Freemasons because of hand signs? Where the people were saying, look, we can't live no more. We can't afford rent. We can't afford food. We can't afford gas. This is white folks now. We can't survive no more. Did y'all see that? If you did, give me one. Because here's the thing. It's called Order Out of Chaos. We know you normally wouldn't want a chip implant, and we know you normally wouldn't want to get a lollipop, but we're going to change society so much that it's hell on earth. And whoever comes back and bring us peace, we're going to follow. I'm going to tell you this. Help this. And I'm not going to apologize for saying whoever believes that is stupid. If the shoe fit, it fits. If the shoe fit, wear it. If the shoe fit, wear it. If you're going to call people Freemasons because of a video, if the shoe fit, wear it. If you're going to convict people off of some videos that's not even in context, if the shoe fit, wear it. I'm going to tell you, since TCA got back, something wrong with him. Either he been compromised or he on drugs. I don't know which one it is. Either he been compromised or he on drugs, because something changed. I'll be waiting for my next video of being a gatekeeper. But if you can't see that what's happening is causing division and causing disunity and fear, and where the Israelite communities are going to be segregated just like the nations in Africa were. You got the camps here. You got the moderates here. You got the non-hand movements here. Everybody's scared to come on video now and shake their hands. Everybody now, when they're on video, they make sure they hide their hands because they might be getting accused of being Freemasons. Come on now. But anyway, back to where I was. They're causing chaos. So you have guys, they're breaking into stores, they're stealing goods, they're stealing people's property, right? They're going in there, they're rushing stores, they're stealing money out of the drawers and all this stuff, right? So there's no security anymore. Why? Because people don't have any morals. Why? Because they say, well, there ain't no God. I don't have to listen to nobody. You could do what you want. You want to be a cow, you could be a cow. You want to be a dog, you could be a dog. You want to be a bird, you could be a bird. It doesn't matter what God says you are. You could be whatever you want. Ain't nobody got no direction no more. It's nothing but chaos. Can we say, come on, Israel, y'all know what it is. Can we say lawless? The world is lawless. So in order to bring peace, in order to bring order out of the chaos that we created, we must lock things down.
Right?
In some Walgreens locations, glass refrigerator doors have been replaced with these digital screens as part of a pilot program. And some are taken to social media to say they don't like them.
Could you open up the thing to get me some water? It's real inviting, like, oh, yes. No way. What in the world? They lied. Why would they lie?
Man, what if you're sold out of something and it doesn't register? If only there was a way that we could see inside of a freezer, like a glass door.
The technology comes from cooler screens. The CEO says he started the company when he saw the customer experience gap between shopping online and shopping in a physical store and wanted to bring these experiences together.
We're creating this hybrid experience, right? You are shopping in a physical store and all the best that comes with it, right? Immediately you grab the product you want, it's readily available, but you get the benefit of, as if you're shopping online, of having all this richness of information and content and interaction.
The company tries to create what they call a retail media network. Brands pay cooler screens to run ads. Retailers, such as Walgreens, share a cut from the advertising. Sensors and cameras are set up both inside and outside of the fridges to track consumer activities.
And retailers were obsessed about digital transformation. And we gave them something very specific and tangible that was solving a real consumer problem and yet was bringing them real business benefits.
The company claims people love this technology. However, some consumers say they've found it confusing. Henry Brewer is one of them. He recently encountered one of the digital screens at a Walgreens in Chicago.
And I was stopping just to pick up my medication, and then I just grabbed a
Notice the
energy
locks
drink.
on the doors.
You know, initially you walk up and you kind of see the advertisement across all of them because it doesn't show the drinks or anything yet. It just shows a big advertisement. I'm like, whoa, what is this? This is really weird. And then you walk up and then it flashes and then it changes to the drinks. So it's like, it's a turnoff, like we see advertisements literally everywhere. And now I have to go see it, on the cooler screen, like what it's just very intrusive.
Julio Sevilla, a consumer behavior professor from the University of Georgia, says people tend to prefer simplicity in retail settings.
You probably just want to make it easy, right? We all love to get into a supermarket and know exactly what we're getting and know also exactly where things are, right? And also rely on the fact that you may find things. So for this type of more utilitarian, not pleasure-related settings, I think people like their certainty and their simplicity.
This is crazy. I'm so confused. I can't believe this is happening. Like, look at this.
When there is a new technology, right, consumers are always suspicious. So I respect that. I think, and I'm empathetic to that. So it's very important for a new company like ours to always educate the consumers about what it really does and what it doesn't do.
So, once again, we're being nudged. What are we being nudged to, Jacoba? Lockdown, security, that you cannot buy a Coke without scanning. Advertisement will be on the screen, but it will not match what's behind the screen. Why? Because there's going to be supply shortages. So when you come into a store, you're going to see all the images and all of the stuff that look like they're full of Cokes and ice cream and all this stuff. But what's behind the screen is not going to be there a lot of times. Why? Because there are going to be shortages. But to make sure you don't have people busting in and stealing things, because everything will be locked down and only those who have the mark of the beast or the chip implant or have the lollipop are going to be able to make purchases. So this is the real reason. It's not about marketing. Why do they need to advertise again to you inside the store when they advertise to you on your phone, in front of your computer, on your TV? Everywhere you go, there's advertisement. Oh, now you need it now. So when you go into 7-Eleven, no. This is the excuse for the new system of lies, the new system of virtual reality. Well, I thought you had Cokes. When I came in here, I saw nothing but the pictures of Cokes. But when I went in there and scanned to get it, there weren't any Cokes. Why? Because you're living in a virtual world. Go drink your virtual Coke. Go eat your virtual ice cream. They're going to have a form of prosperity. They're going to have a form of prosperity, and they're going to have a form of yeah, but that was CNN, so it should be good. So it was a form of prosperity. Everything is virtual. Virtual people, virtual food, lab-grown food, virtual experience. Nothing's going to be legit anymore. You're being nudged into this new system. But in order for you to get into this system and accept the system, I must create enough chaos for you to ask for more order. I must make it so bad that people are busting down, stealing things in stores, that now you can't even go into the store unless you've been pre-approved. You must be in the database as an approved customer. You must already have had your daily allowances of lollipops in order to be an approved customer. That no man might buy, trade, or sell unless he has the mark, his name, or the number of his name. You're being nudged. Everyone's being nudged.
Founded by a US tech, is offering free crypto tokens to Africans who agree to have their eyeballs scanned. thousands of Kenyans and Ugandans were queuing to get their eyeballs scanned because WorldCoin is promising them cryptocurrency and money. Let me show you this clip. We'll come back and discuss.
The exercise, which was launched last week on Monday, involves scanning one's eyeballs through an orb in exchange for a digital identity called World ID. The process involves 3 steps, where one interested in signing up shows a scan code to the orb, then the face for iris scanning, and wait for the orb confirmation. It takes about 15 seconds to become a certified human. New members receive 25 free cryptocurrency tokens, known as WLD, after getting their eyeballs scanned. The tokens are currently valued at approximately 8,000 Kenya shillings. The process has, however, raised the data privacy concerns, with the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner issuing a caution against using WorldCoin amid concerns about crucial data collection. Data protection experts have also sounded an alarm over the exercise.
Thankfully, the Kenyan government has ordered the cryptocurrency project to stop signing new users. Unfortunately, a lot more people were sad about the banning of enrolling new users because WorldCoin was paying them $50 to $60 in order to enroll them in their database. The unfortunate thing is people are not aware what can happen after they take your data. What are they going to use it for? Where is it going to be saved? And who are they intending on selling it, or how are they using this? Because they are taking part of your identity, and a lot of people don't seem to understand the consequences of what is happening. In the first place, the government shouldn't have allowed this to happen. Eventually, the Kenyan government stopped it, which we're happy about, but it took days, and already thousands of Kenyans have gotten their eyeballs scanned, and we don't know what they're going to do with this. But it's not only happening in Africa, but all over the world, and they are targeting the most vulnerable by promising them money. And as you know, when you're struggling to feed your family, or when you're struggling to get a job, $50 to $60 seems like a good bargain.
So these are the approved customers. These will be the approved customers, the ones who are in the WorldCoin system, who are in the WorldCoin database. These will be the ones who are allowed to go into 7-Eleven and scan their heads and their eyes, and the door will open up and allow them to buy their Coca-Cola and allow them to buy their ice cream. These are those who are sheepish. They don't know no better. They're just sheep. They don't understand that the wolves are at the door, right? They line up. Oh, they're going to give us $58. Let's go give them our eyeball scans. What worse can happen? We're just giving them some biometric data, but the system is being set up. The system is being put in place. The system is being set up. Why? Because they've created enough chaos that you're going to call for the order. And when you call for the order, they're going to have the system already in place. You're already going to be in the database. No longer will you be able to go into the store and go buy yourself a pair of jeans. You're going to have to scan your eyeball. And if you're not in the WorldCoin system as an authorized world government citizen, you will not be able to go in there and buy some jeans. So therefore, you won't have people rushing in the stores and grabbing a bunch of stuff and running out anymore. It's not going to happen because the doors are going to be locked with secure, strong doors, and you won't be able to get in unless you're a world-approved citizen. Some of y'all don't get it. Some of y'all too slow. Some of you ain't going to never get it till it's too late. And guess what? It's not years away either. It's not years away. It's right at the door. Some of y'all don't get it. Y'all playing games. Y'all accusing Israelites of being Freemasons, and we're all about to go into the beast system. Well, we're already in the beast system, but with the mark of the beast. Y'all just don't get how bad it is. I've been warning you for years. You don't listen, some of y'all. I'm not saying all of y'all. Been warning y'all for years, and all you can do is accuse your brothers and sisters of being Freemasons. I'm just saying it's worse than that. If all you worried about is some hand signs, it's worse than that. If you're worried about being deceived by somebody because they did some hand signs, it is worse than that. Ready to get your hand scanned? Ready to get your eyeball scanned? Ready to be part of the world governmental new world order system? Ready to get your chip implant? Ready to get your universal tattoo in order to buy, trade, or sell? But how do we get there, Yakoba? Create enough chaos that you call for it. You can't go down to Popeyes no more and get your chicken without getting robbed. You can't go to the store no more because they locked you out. You're not in the database anymore. I mean, you're not in the database. The approved citizens, the lollipop approved citizens, they can go into the store. They can go to Popeyes and buy their chicken. But when I go to the store, Yakoba, everything's closed off. I don't see no humans no more. No, you're not going to see no humans. But who's being targeted, Yakoba? Who's being targeted? Oh, well, it's the whole world. But it's really you Negroes. Biometric identifiers. That's why you saw, where did they go? Let's get them Africans in that database. See, Africa is the least, well, one of the least technological continents because they kept Africa so poor. But now they want to add Africa to their system, to the world governmental system. And their raccoon leaders are going to put them all in the system. Because their raccoon leaders want to be a part of the world government. They believe in the world order, a Gentile order, not ruled by Negroes, mind you. Negroes don't rule the world order. It's the same colonizers who put us into slavery. They rule the world order. But our leaders, quote unquote, on the continent of Africa, and let's not even talk about the ones in the States, wants us to be a part of the world governmental system. Oh, yes, we must be a part of the world order. How come we didn't get our lollipops during the last 3 years? We really wanted our lollipops, but y'all wouldn't give us none. This the kind of leaders in the continent. All of them so-called good leaders in Africa, they wanted the lollipops too now. Museveni wanted his lollipops. South Africa wanted their lollipops. Ramaphosa. Not a game. But what's happening is that a new system is being put in place. A new system is being put in place, and it's going to be ready for you when you call for it. So if the system is being put in place right now with the virtual doors and advertisement and you're going to have to scan. I couldn't find a video where you had to scan to get your drinks out of the 7-Eleven or whatever stores, but they got those. Everything's going to be automated. You're going to rarely see a human because you're rarely going to leave your home. You're rarely going to see humans because you're rarely going to leave your home. But you're worried about hand signs when you ain't gonna have no job. You worried about hand signs when you're gonna be eating lab-grown meat. You worried about hand signs when your rice gonna be fake, your veggies gonna be fake, everything gonna be fake. I told you. It's a virtual world for real. But you worried about hand signs, which you can't even prove mean anything. But we gatekeepers. You ain't gonna have no job. It's Friday and you ain't got nothing to do. Everybody gonna be in the hood. White folks, black folks, Asian folks, everybody but the elite. Everybody gonna be in the hood. Everybody gonna be on welfare. Universal basic income because you ain't got no job. Do you not know AI is off the chain? I ain't never seen nothing like it. People say AI is not sentient. I don't know about that. I say, hey, AI, I need something that do this. I need it to look like that. I need da-da-da-da-da-da. And I want it to do da-da-da-da. Can you build that for me, AI? Sure, I'll build it for you. Yakoba. 2 seconds later, I got everything I want right there. Hey, AI, can you imagine this? You know, I'm looking for a picture that looks like this and X, Y, and Z. And it's got to be a technological, superficial theory of the conglomerate of corporations coming together in one harmonious whole. Can you do that for me, AI? AI could do it. You ain't got no job and ain't nothing to do.
The other derivative of that, so power is going up, but jobs are disappearing. Why? Because if you're a graphics designer, or if you're a developer, or if you're a lawyer, or if you're a researcher in a bank or whatever, the machines with their current intelligence can do those jobs much better than you. And so, in my personal view, there is clearly going to be a disappearance of a very large, a number of jobs that government needs to prepare for, something like universal basic income, but also the idea of usefulness and purpose of humanity. So how are we going to continue to want to wake up in the morning when most of us have defined, wrongly by the way, defined our jobs as our purpose? Now, when I say that, most people will tell me, oh, but Mo, that happened before. When Excel came out, everyone said, okay, accountants are going to disappear. They found other skills and became found other jobs basically. And I agree, by the way. Just understand the following. When there was a time when the strength, physical strength, was the distinctive reason why you would hire someone.
I'm gonna stop it right there. But here's the thing: you ain't gonna have no job. You ain't gonna have no job. Oh, you a lawyer? You gonna have a job because you a lawyer? No, you ain't gonna have no job because you know what? AI is a better lawyer than you. Believe me, I already asked it. Ask AI read a contract for you and see if he can't give you a better interpretation of it than your personal lawyer. Oh well, I'm a doctor. We ain't gonna need no doctors because AI. You're gonna have robots driven by AI who could do surgeries, who can diagnose you, who could say, "Here, take this medicine." Oh, I'm a computer programmer. Now you know you're gonna be out of a job. That's me. We got 5-year max of having a job because AI could program the heck out of any developer. Oh well, Jacobo. Well, I'm a construction worker. Nope, ain't gonna need you because they got robotic systems that can build houses and buildings. Well, I'm a police officer. No, we ain't gonna need you either because AI can do that and make reasonable, sound judgments and protect the community and keep the community safe. Well, I clean toilets for a living. Well, no, we ain't gonna need that because robots can clean toilets too. Well, I pick fruits and veggies off a tree. No, we don't need you because AI is already doing that as well. Well, Jacoba, somebody got to run the government. I'm governor so and so of this particular state. No, we ain't gonna need you either because everybody and everything's gonna be under the authority and run by AI. I'm a chemist. I'm a pharmacist. Nope. That's replaced too. Name something. Your job is over. I don't care what it is. You a military officer? Your job over. Name something. You're a scientist? Your job's over. Name something. You're a daycare worker? No? Your job's over. Yeah, you're a psychologist. Your job's over. Name one thing that AI can't do. I'm waiting. There's literally nothing AI can't do. Your job's over. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to be on universal basic income. You're going to be in the ghetto. And there's going to be a world ghetto. The world is a ghetto. Really? Unless the Most High intervenes, we're screwed. You know what your deadline is? 2030 for everything to be in place. But by 2024 and 2025, there's going to be more reductions, if you know what I mean. By 2024 and 2025, there's going to be more reductions on a global scale. And the plan is for the elite to survive. Oh, you don't believe me? Jacob was putting in fear. He's creating fear. No, I'm not. I'm practical. I'm not fearful because I trust Yahuwah. He says he's going to save all the righteous and those who believe and have faith in him. I believe his word. But I do know one thing. I do know that Israel's going to survive because of their God. And Israel's going to survive because Israel sticks together. Israel's going to survive because Israel trusts in the Most High and his laws. And he will protect those who obey him. But for those who cause division, for those who hurt the brethren, they're going to be judged. Those who are causing division within the family of Israel, they're going to be judged. Those who are misrepresenting and lying on people, they're going to be judged. I don't care if you're Israel, Christian, whatever, you're going to be judged. You see the world on fire and don't care. Maui's on fire. Canada's on fire. California's on fire. All these nations on fire, and you don't care. At the threshold of World War III, and you don't care. Food supply dwindling, economy starting to crash, but you don't care. Yacoba believed there's a 400-year prophecy, but all hell did break loose after 2019. I'm just saying, but you don't care. We all have family, children, moms, dads, and most of them don't know what's happening. But we too busy fussing over hand signs. You're about to learn that you can't participate in the system without your lollipop, but you care about hand signs. Oh, well, you see how much Yacoba fighting about the hand signs? I told you he's a gatekeeper. Clip, clip. Take out of context, clip, clip. Let's put this together with that. Clip, clip. Do you know TCA had the nerve to do a video and put clips of us from the interview we did with him and put clips of Berean next to that? And we can't stand Berean? I'm just saying. I got a clip of Berean, and if I put it on here of what he said about Tail, I'd probably get moved to the rated R thing. Oh, I got the clip, Berean. Don't get it twisted. I got that clip. I'm going to bring it out if I have to. But once again, TCA correct. But how TCA going to use that clip of the interview we were doing with him while he's at the same time trying to prove that Berean's a Freemason? I don't know if Berean a Freemason or not. Frankly, I don't care because I don't like the Negro. But I'm not getting in the business of fighting with urban apologists. I'm not getting in the business of fighting with Israelites because I ain't got time for it. I'm good for a fight now. Don't get it twisted. I told y'all I used to fight all the time, but this ain't the time to be fighting our people because we in dire straits. We in dire straits. And some of y'all, it ain't gonna never get through your head that we in dire straits. And this ain't the time for division. This is the time for unity. And I'm not gonna unify with everybody. I told y'all that. Unless you're walking according to this word and walking in love and humility and humbleness and all that stuff, I'm not walking with you. Don't get it twisted. I'm not like some of them people that want to get along just because you claim Israel, because some of y'all devils in disguise. Some of y'all are COINTELPRO agents, and some of y'all are Freemasons, but that ain't my business. You know how we gonna get along? And you know how we gonna know who's not a Freemason? Let me tell you, it's very simple. It's very simple. You want to know how you know somebody's not a Freemason? Or if they're a Freemason? I could tell you. How they treat you. Do they love you? And I don't mean by emotions. Do they wish the best for you? Do they try to bless you if they can? And are they honest with you whether or not it's gonna hurt or bless or heal? And because sometimes things that heal us might hurt initially. Is their intent to do good? Is their intent to serve the Most High? You will know them by their fruit. TCA said fruit don't matter. TCA said their fruit don't matter. It's their hand signs that matter. Well, I'd be more apt to believe TCA is a Freemason because he has no love. I'd be more apt to see that TCA is a infiltrator or an agent because he has no compassion. He don't love the brethren. I told you, I think either he's been replaced or he's on drugs. Something wrong with the brother. Notice he don't show his face no more. Well, Yacoba, you don't show your face either. I started off not showing my face. He didn't. I'm just saying, what happened after that little long hiatus? Something happened? He don't come on no more live. No, don't see his face no more. Like I say, I started off not showing my face and told you why a long time ago. So you can't say, well, Yacoba, you don't show your face. I started off that way. But if you come to cause division in the family and we are in dire straits, here's the thing. What most people don't realize, all this stuff that's happening is because of the brethren, which is brothers and sisters, the family of Israel. Don't get it twisted. It ain't about you white folks. Don't get it twisted. I'm not hating on you now. I'm saying all of this is happening to keep us enslaved. But it's also happening as judgment on you folks who what y'all and your ancestors did to us. But the enemy said we will be perpetual slaves. And the only way they can do that is to enslave the whole planet. They got enough of money. They got a big military. They got all the wealth of the world. What else do they need? Why do they want to control everybody? Why do they want to take away free will? Why do they want to control your thought processes and put you and make you a part of the board collective? Why do they want to do all these things? Because they want Israel to be perpetual slaves. It ain't about you folks. It's about us. Because they knew we were going to awaken. And they work for Satan. Because we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and wickedness in heavenly places. They work for aliens. That's the modern word for Satan and his crew. Aliens. They get the technology from aliens. Oh, Yacoba believe in aliens. Yeah, it just means strangers. Fallen angels, whatever you want to call them. Let me wrap this up. Everything you see happening today on television, multimedia, a lot of it is contrived, computer generated, government manipulated to nudge you into the new system. The behavioral sciences are being used against the world, and it works darn well. Just like the people who say we're from America, the manipulation works well. The people who promote the fact that 12 tribes chart, the manipulation works well. Even after you've been shown historical documents, biblical proof, everything that says who the true Israelites are, it ain't enough. It don't matter. Because the manipulation works real well. Well, Lord, didn't we do many things in your name, cast out devils and do many wonderful works? And he's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. But I'm a Christian. Yeah, but how did you treat my people? When I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was in prison, you didn't visit me. You hung them from trees. I'm adding that. You call them the N-word. How you think you're getting in the Israelite kingdom? Well, Lord, I didn't know they were your people. They told me them other people were your people. Well, didn't you find out? Didn't you hear the truth that, they were my people? And even if they weren't my people, shouldn't you have treated them with respect and love anyway? You said you was a Christian. How you hate black folks and you a Christian? Didn't I tell you in my word that I would wake them up and in the land of their captivity, they would remember themselves? Well, Lord, I didn't see that in the Bible. Did you study? Did you listen to the videos and the teachings of my people? Because I sent them into the world to be a light to the world. Well, Lord, because they were Negroes, I figured they don't know nothing. They just former slaves. Who listens to Negroes? Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. I told you, Gentiles. I say you want it to end. Do you want all of this to end? Apologize for the sins of your ancestors. Give us our money and send us back to the continent. You want it to end. Well, we don't believe y'all the people, so we're not giving you nothing. Then it won't end. Well, y'all caught up in it too. Y'all caught up in it. Y'all gonna fall under the same system and the mark of the beast and the system of the end. No, we're not. We're about to leave. Well, y'all been saying for a long time y'all about to leave, but y'all still here. Yeah, because y'all got to be judged. Who do you think the Most High getting vengeance on? It's the nations. It's not Israel. Well, I still don't believe y'all the Israelites. That's fine. Sit and watch. Sit and watch. Because I'm seeing the curses flip already. Sit and watch. Y'all already complaining about not being able to keep a roof over your head and getting your food in your house. Sit and watch. Y'all already got the lollipop. Sit and watch. Y'all got the lollipop too. Yeah, but the Most High gonna heal us. You black folks are racist too. Oh, because we say we black folks and Israel black. Well, Israel all of a sudden became a multi-ethnic, multicolored coat. Have you seen that in history anywhere? Have you seen any species become a multi-ethnic colored coat? Well, some of the Israelites might be light-skinned. Yeah, some. Most not. Order out of chaos, fam. Order out of chaos. That's what you're seeing. Stop falling for the dialectic. Stop being easily manipulated. Stop looking at people's hands and misassociations to other images of Freemasons doing Masonic hands. Come on. Like I said, that's stupider than stupid. Even a secular government wouldn't put people in jail for the evidence that TCA has. And if you're going to accuse the brethren, you have to have more evidence than some stupid hand signs. And then you deflect by saying that those who try to warn you, hey, dude, hey, TCA, you know that's not right, bro. Now they gatekeepers. How stupid can y'all be to follow that logic? The ones who tried to help him and mediate to heal the family, they gatekeepers because they say, dude, you wrong. TCA, you need to repent. You need to apologize. You can't do that to family without no evidence. Well, I have evidence. Where is it? Didn't you see the pictures I had? That's misassociations. That's not proof. You're an accuser of the brethren. You ain't no different than the devil. What happened to you? What happened to you, TCA? But I'm going to say this. We are in a bad state, chaos all over the planet, and we still playing games. It's sort of like what's happening on other places, other channels. And some of them channels still talking about stuff we were talking about 3 and 4 years ago. And we like, damn, that's all y'all got. Y'all still on the same stuff? You still talking to all these different people who are pseudo experts and about who we are? Y'all still got the atheists coming on? Talking about who Israel is? Y'all still got them fake wannabe Israelites coming on talking about DNA? Y'all still got the fake agent Catholic Jesuit coming on, trying to misrepresent everything we say and lying and misteaching things. Y'all still stuck 2 and 3 and 4 years ago. What's wrong with some of y'all? We all are in danger. We are really at the crossroads. And guess what? Very few people wanting y'all. Tell Ministry probably one of the few, you could probably count them on one hand, that's warning you about the danger that we're in. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Sometimes that's the only thing that can keep you going. Because people drop every day in front of your face, 28 years old, 18 years old, 30 years old, 58 years old, dropping every day and you don't care. Ten-year-olds dropping and you don't care. All things remain the same since the fathers fell asleep. Up next, you can have Abu. Please take him. He's yours. You can send him to the Sabaeans once you're done with him. Well, fam, that's all I got to say. Don't let them nudge you. They're nudging you. You might not realize you're being nudged. And some of the ones nudging you looks like you. Some of the ones nudging you looks just like you. And it's not that easy for some of y'all to discern when it's obvious to me you're being nudged. Peace and blessings, Israel. Your captivity is ending. Love you with the love of Messiah. If you like what we do, you can give us a like, give us a thumb up, share this video. You can become a patron or a Cash App. Not much time left, in my opinion. It's my opinion. Eat the meat, spit out the bone. We in some deep doo-doo. It's bad. The devil's been released. If you can't see it, something wrong. Oh, tell cause and fear. Well, if you have fear, you don't have faith. That's on you. I ain't scared. Support the Dry Bones Project, please. Because we all about to go home anyway, one way or another.